I would like to share with you a little bit about time saving. Let's talk about how to save some time. We eat every day, most of us multiple times a day. I eat maybe 4 or 5 times a day because I eat smaller meals. I also cook. I have 2 children and a spouse. I have 2 cats, and I'm cooking for everyone. I feed the cats, I feed myself and my family, and I enjoy cooking, but I realized how much time it was taking me, not just to cook, but to think about what we're going to eat, meal plan, and then to clean up afterwards. It's always been an issue. And when you're trying to increase your income, move on with your career, and connect what you're doing to your life's purpose, it takes some time to do that. And so how do we save time around it? Well, I'll tell you one thing that I did. What I did was, so I went from cooking 6 days a week, because we went out to eat once a week during the weekend. I went from cooking 6 days a week, pretty much breakfast, lunch, and dinner, to now I cook dinner 3 times a week. And then I do lunch 3 times a week, and I do breakfast 3 times a week. So I pretty much cut it in half. What I did was I delegated. I love delegating now. You've got to try it. I'm telling you, delegate. Don't think delegating means to some stranger. It doesn't have to be. You can delegate to your family. So I delegated that my husband cook one dinner and he do lunches once, and that my daughter and my son do the same. Now my daughter, she's 9 and my son is 6, so they needed a little help in the kitchen. But my daughter, she's trying to take some of my days because she likes cooking. She likes to be in the kitchen and put things together. She loves it. So she's negotiating to get more of my cooking lunch and dinner days, and breakfast too. She loves it. Why didn't I delegate sooner? I wish I would have. And so not only am I saving myself more time so that I can do videos like this for you, but I'm teaching my children life skills, because before they were not really participating in creating their own meals. And so life skills are good. So delegate. Delegate. And my husband, he made, we just started this like 2 weeks ago, this past weekend, and he picked what day he would have, and for him weekends are better. He was so proud about making the meal for the family. So that was really nice, and I just got to relax and enjoy it. So think about things you can delegate. Many times, let's say if you have a day job and you're working in an office or wherever, sometimes people say, well, take your lunch break to go walk around and get fresh air and meditate. And that is wonderful. I'm in nature right now. Nature and being outside gives me a lot of joy, and it helps to ground me. And that's great. But you know what? Sometimes I don't need that. Sometimes I need to eat at my desk and get stuff done, okay? So I don't have to worry about it later, so that I can then be with my children in the evening. So don't feel guilty about that if it's lunchtime, and you know what? Multitasking is gonna better serve you. Don't feel like you always need to be out and, hanging out with nature and stuff, and I love it. Do it when it serves you, but don't do it if it's not gonna serve you at that time. So really think about how you spend your time in those days. And then the only other thing I would say is another thing about saving time and delegating. So I've just recently delegated housekeeping. We've had a housekeeper sometimes maybe once a month, if we're lucky, once every other week, so twice a month. But I just recently made the decision to have the housekeeper come every week. Every week. I didn't think I could afford it. I didn't think that it made sense, that I thought I should teach my children the life skills of folding clothes and, and having chores. But I came to the realization that my time is better spent doing videos for you and serving you and fulfilling the purpose that I'm here to fulfill. It's not doing laundry. And I want to teach my children that doing laundry is fine, but I would rather them spend their time doing other things that are more meaningful to them and that help forward them in whatever their life's purpose will be. And that's not doing laundry for them. For some people, it may be, but for my children, I don't think so. I could be proven wrong in the future, and that's fine. But at this point in time, that's not what the skills are I want to teach them. I rather focus on chores and them learning life skills like cooking instead of folding laundry. And so my daughter, she still does the cat litter, and my son still brings the laundry downstairs and washes it. But in terms of housekeeping. That's something that we're not doing anymore. And when I think, oh, do I really want to spend my money with a housekeeper every week? Yes, because I could also get a virtual assistant or someone else to help me with the business side. And I do have that. But if I wanted to get another one, actually, it makes more sense for me to do more of that work and have someone else do the housekeeping, delegate that. So then I have the time to do those other things that only I can do. So think about that. What can you delegate? How can you delegate your food? Maybe you'll do a meal service so that you don't have to cook, but you still want healthy meals. Maybe you'll do like what I used to do. I used to bundle my food. So I would cook like 2 or 3 meals at a time, freeze it and, put it in the little plastic containers. And so that would save me time because I would have less cleanup. And when I'm hungry, I can just pull out the food instead of snacking on, usually what I snack on are Oreo cookies because I love Oreo cookies. But think about how you can save time when it comes to your food. A meal service, bundling your food, delegating meals and cooking to your family. Think about that. And also, don't have guilt about eating while you're working. Don't have guilt about that. If you need to take a walk and be with nature, do it. If you need to really take a lunch break. But if you need to work through it, don't feel guilty if that's what serves you at that time. And then finally, sometimes delegating, it can feel weird and you may not think that it makes sense. But if you look past that, you may find that indeed it truly serves you. So I hope that was helpful for you. If it was, let me know. I appreciate it. And what else would you like tips on? What else would you like to hear from me about? Thanks. Take care, beloveds.